Welcome, Wildcat fans. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and I'm broadcasting live from Central City High School, where the Wildcats are going to be hosting the Springville Orioles in a varsity basketball boy-girl doubleheader. Before we talk any more about tonight's game, though, I want to give a shout-out to our sponsor for the Wildcat Sports Channel, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. All right, welcome. And we've got about 4 minutes here before tip-off, and just going to talk a little bit about the girls' game here quick. And we've got the Springville Orioles in the house tonight. And the Wildcat varsity girls are on a 2-game winning streak, so they've got their record up to 500. And overall, they're 2-2, and then in the conference, they are 1-1. So again, as I said, they're coming in with a 2-game winning streak. Springville girls are 2-3 overall, and they're 0-2 in the conference. And so hopefully Wildcats can keep things going here. They started their win streak the other night against North Cedar, and then they went to Starmont and got a big win up there last Friday night. And now tonight we are taking on the Springville Orioles. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of coming into tonight's game, the Wildcats are led in scoring by Bailey Weber. She's scoring 24.3 points a game. She's shooting 72% from the free throw line and 44% field goal percentage. I know against North Cedar she got a lot of kickouts and got some easy shots and finished around the basket. Avery Besler, freshman, is the second leading scorer with 10.3 points per game. She's shooting 42% from the three-point line and 48% overall from her field goals. Rebounding for the Wildcats, Savannah Cook, sophomore. She's averaging 6.3 points or 6.3 rebounds a game. And Alexis Diedeker, another sophomore, is also averaging 6.3 rebounds a game. Then Avery Besler is leading the team, freshman leading the team in assists with 3 assists a game. And Alexis Diedeker is right behind her with 2.5 assists per game. As far as the Orioles go, Rowan Jacoby, a sophomore, is leading them in scoring with 22.3 points a game. She's shooting 56% from the field. Hannah March is a senior, and she's second with 5 points. So it looks like it's Rowan Jacoby or bust for the Orioles on offense. Defensively, obviously, Rowan Jacoby, who's a sophomore, and she's listed at 6'2". She's averaging 10, almost 11 boards a game, 5 offensive and almost 6 defensive. Addison Merritt's a little bit behind her with 7 rebounds a game, and then Kennedy Morris, senior, is the assist leader for the Orioles. So that's kind of a look at Springville's statistics. All right, we're about 1:20 to go here before tip-off. Both teams are out here warming up. Wildcats are going to be in their white uniforms, black trim around the legs. And I'll see what their numbers look like. They got their shooting shirts on right now. Springville's in their traveling orange or black uniforms with orange around the leg, orange numbers. Wildcats have black numbers. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ready for the starting lineups here. Wildcats will probably be starting Bailey Weber And as we mentioned,
Welcome to Central City, home of your Central City Wildcats.
Avery Besler,
I'd like to welcome the Springville Orioles.
Liz Wade will be starting. Lexi Diedeker.
Now with your starting lineups, starting with Springville.
And
Number
Savannah
3,
Cook.
senior Hannah March. In your Wildcats, number 1, sophomore
Hannah
Avery
March,
Besler.
senior for the Orioles.
For your Orioles, number 4, freshman Addison Merritt.
Addison Merritt, a freshman, starting for the Orioles.
For the Wildcats, number 5, freshman Elizabeth Wade. And for the Orioles, number 5, senior Kennedy Moore.
Kennedy Moore, senior for the Orioles.
For the Wildcats, number 21, sophomore Savannah Cook.
Again, Savannah Cook for the Wildcats, sophomore.
And for Springville, number 14, senior Carson Clothier.
Carson Clothier, a senior.
Number 22, sophomore Alexis Diedeker.
Alexis Diedeker, sophomore.
For Springville, number 30, sophomore Rowan Jacoby.
And then sophomore Rowan Jacoby, the post player for.
Senior Bailey Weber.
And Bailey Weber, senior for the Wildcats.
By Christina Zaruba and Tyler Husha. And Central City by Andy Smith. And if everyone rise, remove their hats.
And
We'll be singing the national anthem.
we will do the national anthem now.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And I believe that was Beth Griggs, our athletic trainer, who doubles and does the national anthem for us. So good job to Beth. All right. We got Wendy Yoder listening in. Appreciate you listening in, Wendy. And I think we've got Nathan Hempstead's out there. Nothing better to do but listen in to the basketball game. We appreciate that. I think I've got 2 people. All right, we're getting ready for the tip-off here. Avery Besler is going to be jumping against Rowan Jacoby. I don't think it's going to be a surprise who's going to get this jump. And obviously Springville is going to have it, and Wildcats looks like they're going to try to do a box and one maybe here on Jacoby. And Springville gets it into her. She misses. Rebound is Besler. Besler's looking to push. Wildcats, Orioles get back. Orioles are going to be in a 2-3 zone. Weber over to Liz Wade, and it's going to be stolen away there by Clothier. Springville gets it in here, and again, the Wildcats looks like they're doing a box and one on Jacoby, and she's going to turn, and she knocks it down. And they're going to come out in a little bit of a press. Wildcats handle that pretty well, and nice pass by Liz Wade, and she finds Savannah Cook with 2 points. Nice job of breaking the press and being able to take advantage of that. Now the Wildcats are going to come out in a little 1-2-2 press here, and Springville breaks that, and they get it down into Jacoby in the low post, and she misses, but it's a rebound, and the Springville misses, gets the rebound, and they're going to set up their offense again. So the Wildcats have to make sure that if they're going to do the box and one, that they don't let and there's a loose ball there, and again, possession, Springville. Springville's had about 6 shots here. Wildcats can't get a rebound, and it's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Springville. So Wildcats need to get a body on somebody here. They're getting a little disorganized out of that box, but Wildcats ball, there's a loose ball, bad pass, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to come up with that one. That's Liz Wade. She's going to give it to Bailey Weber. Bailey's going to walk it across the floor. And again, Springville's in an extended 2-3 zone there. They get it over to Avery, get it to Lexi Dedeker. They pop it back out to Liz Wade. Liz Wade puts up a three-pointer, no good, but it's kept alive by Savannah Cook, and then she throws it off of a Springville girl, so the Wildcats will retain possession. We've got Renee Breck checking in for the Orioles. Wildcats have the ball. They're going to get it inside here. They're looking around. Wildcats would like to push the ball a little bit. They get it to the elbow to Lexi Dedeker, and she banks it in. There's 2 points for Lexi, so we're 4-2 early here in the game. Wildcats doing a little bit of press. Nothing out of that. They're going to get back in that box and one, and Jacoby goes in and misses, and rebound by Wade, and they're running. Turn around, Avery. Oh, Liz looked up to Avery, and then Avery turned her head, and that's when Liz passed the ball, so it's going to go out of bounds. Right idea. I know the Wildcats like to push, and so it's going to be a turnover. It goes to Springville. It's 4-2. Wildcats are up, and again, they're doing a little 1-2-2 here, and they get it to Jacoby, and she banks it off of the backboard there. And Springville's doing their press, and it's knocked out of bounds by Hannah March. So Wildcats will pass it inbounds here. And again, Springville's doing a little bit of a press. Wildcats keeping their head up. Good job by Avery Besler. And gets it to Liz Wade, who gets it to Bailey, who misses the three-pointer, but Savannah Cook gets the rebound, then she kicks it out of bounds off of her foot. So Savannah's hustling on the boards, but there's a turnover. And we've got that 1-2-2 going for the Wildcats. And Springville gets it in, and there's going to be almost a steal. Yep. Oh, they're not calling anything here as far as jump. Jesus. Should have been a jump ball, but the Wildcats are going to come out of the scrum with it there. And Liz Wade drives, kind of got no man's land there and tries to get it to somebody. And, nice hustle by Lexi Dedeker. Liz Wade got no man's land, tried to pass it, was stolen. And then they come down to Springville's end, and Lexi Dedeker did a good job of hustling back, or the Orioles would have had a layup. So as it is, the Orioles are going to take it out of bounds. They get it into the corner to Addison Merritt, and she knocks down a three-pointer. So that makes it 7-4 Springville. Wildcats. Wildcats look a little, just trying to force things a little bit. Avery saw Lexi, but probably a second too late, and then it went off of Lexi's hands. So Savannah Cook is going to sit down, and Lexi Hennick is going to check in for the Wildcats. And there's going to be a turnover on the Orioles. Addison Merritt trying to bring it into the front court and loses control. So it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go back over to the Wildcats. So we're at 4 minutes to go here in the first half, and it's 4-7. Springville's up. Both teams are there's a steal and a turnover on the Wildcats, knocked out of Lexi Hennick's hands. It's going to come back down here for the Orioles. And there's going to be a drive, and they're going to call, I think, Dedeker. Yep, Lexi Dedeker is going to get called for a foul, a blocking foul. Springville's going to take that out of bounds. Wildcats are going to stay in that. Looks like they're in a 2-3 zone right now, but they're kind of doing a box and one on Jacoby Rowan, and she misses short, and rebound Liz Wade. And Liz is looking around, dribbling. She gets to the top of the key to Bailey Weber. Bailey's going to use a pick, and she's going to come off the pick from Lexi Hennick, and she misses. And it's going to be a rebound by the Springville Orioles. They're going to push it up into the front court, and there's a shot by Carson Clothier, and she knocks down a two-pointer. So I'm sorry, I guess they said that was a three-pointer. I didn't think she was inside the line, but she must have been. So it makes it 10-4, and the Wildcats are it was a two-pointer. That's what I thought. They counted it as a three on the scoreboard, but it was a two-pointer, so it was 9-4. And we've got Avery Weiss checking in here for Dedeker, and Liz Wade gets the ball, turns, shoots, and doesn't knock it down. Rebounded by Jacoby. She tries to get it inside, and two Orioles run into each other out of bounds, and it's going to be Wildcat basketball. So both teams kind of turn the ball over here a little bit. Nobody's getting into a rhythm. We'll see if the Wildcats can't get organized and get going. So Avery Besler is going to start us at the top of the key. She bounces it over to Liz Wade. Liz Wade lets a three-pointer fly and knocks it down. Give the assist to Besler, and that should make it 7-9. And then Springville beats the press. And that's going to be, now it's going to be 7-11. And Liz Wade does a downtown three-pointer. There's another three-pointer. So Wildcats still pressing. They need to get the score. It should be 10-11, but they don't. There they go. They got it finally. Scores 10-11 with 1:58 left to go here in the first quarter. And we've got Belle Whitson checking in. We got Bailey Weber on the floor. We got Avery Wise on the floor, Avery Besler on the floor, and Liz Wade on the floor for the Wildcats. And the Wildcats have the ball. They look at inside. Now they kick it back out, and then they bring it back up to the top of the key to Bailey. Bailey's going to drive, and she passes it back out to Liz Wade. Liz Wade takes a dribble, and she stops and pops. There's 2 more points for Liz. Wildcats in that press, and Springville's going to break it, and they're going to go ahead and get 2 points right there. And Bailey Weber's going to slow it down here a little bit. And we're down to 1:18 here to go in the first quarter. They get the ball on the baseline to Belle Whitson. She gets it back up to Liz Wade. Liz Wade has the ball back to Belle Whitson on the baseline. Not much movement here by the Wildcats. Liz Wade's got the ball. She dribbles, and it's going to be taken out of her hands by the Orioles, so there's another turnover. Merritt's going to bring it up into the front court, and there's going to be a basket by Hannah March, the senior. Wildcats need to do a little better job of getting back on D. Besler gets it to Belle Whitson. Besler's going to drive in, and it's going to be partially blocked by Breck. And Merritt's going to bring it into the front court, and they're going to hit Merritt, who just cut, and swing it around and get it back up to the top of the key. And they're going to call 3 seconds in the lane on the Orioles. Rowan Jacoby, who had checked out a little bit ago, is going to come back in. So with 26 seconds left here in the first quarter, it's 12-15. Orioles are up. Wildcats have the ball. Probably looking maybe for the last shot. We'll see if they can hold it that long. Besler goes to drive, and she's going to be fouled by Kennedy Moore. Kennedy tried to reach in. That's just the second foul of the game. That's 1 foul on the Wildcats and 1 foul on the Orioles. So Wildcats will get it in. We're down to 14 seconds. Liz Wade dribbling on the baseline, kind of got in no man's land. and dribbled off of her foot. So there's going to be another turnover for the Wildcats. There's 10 seconds left. And the Wildcats are staying in that press. And they're going to get it to Jacoby, and she turns, takes it. Oh, and she misses, and with 1.2 seconds left, they're going to call foul on Avery Besler and over the back there on that rebound. The Wildcats really have to try to get inside when they're going to that box and one. So they got 1.2 seconds left. We'll see here what Springville does. They're going to probably do something to try to get some type of, a lob, but they don't, and it goes to a steal by Wade. So after one quarter here, 12 to 15, neither team playing great. A lot of turnovers, but both teams pressing and getting the ball up and down the floor. So I'm going to give a quick shout out to Heartland Bank. Unleash the power of more with More For You checking from Heartland Bank. You'll get 24-hour roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, access to thousands of coupons, deals, and more for free. So Heartland Bank, we appreciate them. All right, so not the best basketball, but I guess an entertaining game as far as getting up and down the floor a little bit. There's some turnovers on both teams. Both teams are looking to push it a little bit. Both teams are pressing, so you're going to see some of that kind of stuff. Right now in scoring, Liz Wade's got 2 3-pointers, so she's got 8 points already for the Wildcats. And should be getting Springville's out on the floor. And here come the Wildcats. All right, Wildcats will have the ball to start the second quarter. Avery Besler's going to take it out of bounds. And she's going to get it into Bailey Weber. And there's a near turnover there, but the Wildcats hang on to it, and then they turn it over. So Bailey Weber almost turned it over, and then she did turn it over. Again, both teams look a little out of sync for some reason. Okay, a little out of sync. So again, the Wildcats are in that box and one trying to take away Rowan Jacoby here. And this time she got the ball, and they're going to call foul, and I think they're going to call that on Lexi Dedeker, and Lexi just picked up her second foul. And so Jacoby's going to go to the free throw line. And she completes a 3-point play. And again, Springville's going into the 1-2-1-1 here. Now they put Jacoby at the top of the press, using her height a little bit. And it goes out of bounds on her, off of her. And Bailey Weber's got it. And they get it into Avery Besler. Avery Besler drives, passes it to Wade. Now they're moving the ball around. Savannah Cook has the ball, hits Bailey Weber at the top of the key. Bailey's going to drive, and she's going to pull up for a little shot. Just kind of throws it up. Didn't know if she should just shoot it right over the rim or use the backboard. In between, indecision, nothing goes. And then there's Jacoby's shot is blocked and goes out of bounds. I thought she tipped it out, but they're going to say that the Wildcats tipped it out, so it's going to stay with Springville. And they drive and throw it up, nothing there. And there's Dedeker, and the ball's tipped and stolen by Springville. And Jacoby shoots, rebounds her own shot, gives it over to Clothier, I believe that was, and then Alexis Dedeker with the block, and she's bringing the ball up the floor, and she's fouled by Jacoby. So Jacoby picks up her first foul. All right, Besler to Wade. Wade turns and looks, and it's nothing there. Avery Besler with the offensive rebound. She thought about going against Jacoby, but she didn't, and the Wildcats are moving around. There's got to be another foul. There's going to be number 14. Springville's coming out and putting a body on him as we're dribbling, and there's another foul. They're not keeping track of team fouls very good, but I believe both teams might have 2 fouls each, 2 team fouls. And there's a one-handed bounce pass into Dedeker, and it's stolen away, and then stolen right back by Besler. And both teams get back. Besler dribbling around, and again, it's a zone. She skips it over to Dedeker. Dedeker dribbles, gets it to Wade. Wade pops it, and there's another three-pointer. And Wildcats again staying in that box and one, trying to keep Jacoby out of things. And she goes right down the lane, and then they're going to call foul on Wade. And not great defense, but not a great call either. And we're going to have a substitution, and Breck is coming in, and Clothier is going out. And Jacoby is going to go to the free throw line. And she knocks that down. That's going to be a 20-15. Make that 21-15. Springville's up. Liz Wade trying to dribble. And now they're going to call another foul and a reach there on Kennedy Moore. So that's got to be 4 team fouls. Oh, I'm sorry. They do. They reset, I guess. Now I forgot. They reset them. So that's 3 team fouls for Springville for this quarter and 2 for the Wildcats. 2 more fouls, and then Wildcats will be in the bonus. I forgot they switched to the college rule. So Wildcats have the ball. Moving it around here. There's a pick by Cook, and Liz Wade's going to fire up another 3. She's off, and this time it's going to be Addison Merritt with the rebound. She's getting it into the front court. And they get it inside. Jeez, now they're calling everything. I don't know who they called. Somebody with a push in the back. It looks like Savannah Cook maybe. So that's her first foul, team's 3rd foul. Merritt gets the ball in the corner, shoots a three-pointer air ball, goes out of bounds off of Oriole, so the Wildcats will have it. And again, Orioles in that full court 1-2-1-1 press. The Wildcats have been doing a pretty good job of breaking it. Avery's going to be able to go up. She needs to take it all the way to the hole. She's looking to pass it to Cook. She gets it to Dedeker. Dedeker hits Wade, who's out on the 3-point line. She swings it around to Bailey Weber. Bailey gets it to Avery Besler. Avery shoots an air ball from the 3-point line. And it's going to go out of bounds. Wildcats maybe could show a little more patience. All right. Springville's going to bring it in here. We got Merritt. She gets it over to March. They get it down on the baseline. They look inside to Jacoby. She goes up with her left hand, misses. Brecht with the rebound. She misses. Rebound again by Merritt. And they get it into Brecht. She misses. Wade. Whoa. Wade with the rebound, and she tries to hit Bailey, who's flying up the floor, and goes out of bounds. So it's going to be a turnover Wildcats. Wildcats looking to push the ball a little bit, but just not able to connect on that one. So we're going to have a timeout here, Wildcats. It's 15-21. We've got about 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Again, a shout out to Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, we understand that life is full of changes. We're here to support you at every step of your life's journey with personal and business banking options that fit your lifestyle. Online at hbtbank.com. Go Central City Wildcats. So we've got some things going up and down the floor here. Again, kind of sloppy a little bit. Both teams pressing. Wildcats doing a box and one on Rowan Jacoby, trying to take her out. Again, I think she mentioned she's averaging over 20 points a game. Springville doing the same thing, doing some pressing. And I think the pressing is just kind of making both teams play a little faster than they want to. And it's just causing some turnovers and things. So Wildcats have Liz Wade Lexi Diedeker, Lexi Hennick, Avery Besler, and Bailey Weber out on the floor right now. And they'll be on defense. Springville's bringing it up into the front court. Merritt, she gets it over to the wing. Back to Merritt for a three-pointer. Lets it fly, in and out, no good. Rebound Diedeker, and we're looking to run here. Diedeker pushes the ball up the floor. Gets it to Weber, and it looks like Springville's gonna go a little bit man-to-man, and Bailey Weber off the dribble, she shoots, misses. March with the rebound, and Wildcats are gonna stay in that 2-3 zone, and there's gonna be a steal, Lexi Diedeker. Wildcats pushing. Springville does a pretty decent job of getting back. So Bailey Weber's going to have the ball at the top of the key, set something up. She's going to use the pick off of Hennick, and nothing there. And on that rebound, it's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Orioles. The Wildcats will have it underneath. So we're at 15-21. Springville's up, 3:47 left here in the second quarter. Weber's got it. She's going to drive baseline, spins. She's going to take it all the way, and Bailey Weber knocks down her first points of the game. Bailey, the leading scorer for the Wildcats, get her going again, and Wildcats should be in pretty good shape here. So they get it into Breck. Breck turns and shoots and misses, and there's Lexi Diedeker with another rebound, and she's going to give it up to Weber, and they're just kind of walking the ball up the floor. Again, they're going man-to-man here. Springville made a little change, and Bailey's going to drive, and she finds an opening, and she misses, but Lexi Diedeker gets the offensive rebound, and she misses, but she gets another offensive rebound, gets it to Liz Wade. Liz Wade hands it off to Bailey Weber. Bailey lets a three-pointer fly, and it's an air ball. Both teams are struggling a little bit with their shot, with their shooting, but a lot of hustle by both teams. Scrappy getting some offensive rebounds, getting some steals, so 21-17 here with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the second quarter. Wildcats down, and there's going to be a bad pass by Springville, and it's going to go out of bounds. So Wildcats have an opportunity here to cut into that lead. Man-to-man here, they're calling it out, so we'll see what the Wildcats do against the man-to-man. They're going to do, now it's no longer a man, well, nobody's moving yet. Now it's not man-to-man anymore. They went back to a 2-3 zone. So we'll see if the Wildcats recognize that. So Springville played man-to-man for about 2 possessions. Now they're back into that 2-3 zone. Avery Besler lets a three-pointer fly in and out, rebounded by Springville. Merritt brings it up into the front court, gets it over to Marsh. She passes it inside to Jacoby, who turns and shoots. Liz Wade, if they're going to do a box and one, I'd like to see her get in front of Jacoby instead of behind her, but right that time she was behind her, and we don't really stand a chance. She's obviously the tallest player out on the floor. So Springville's in that 2-3 zone again, and Wildcats are just kind of, I don't know, assuming each other are going to be different spots. I'm not sure. And we have a timeout. Diedeker tying her shoe. We got a couple subs that are going to be coming in. Belle Whitson and Avery Wise are checking in. And again, Springville staying in that 2-3 zone. And Avery Besler drives in and blocked by Brecht, I guess. Rebound Jacoby. She brings it up, kicks it outside to Merritt. Merritt over to March, and they swing it around. Jacoby's going to shoot a three-pointer, and she knocks it down. I guess if you're going to let her shoot, I'd rather her shoot out there. I can't believe her three-point shoot. I think that might be the first one of the year, actually. So that makes it 28-17. And Avery Besler with the ball. She skips it over to Avery Wise. Avery Wise lets a three-pointer fly, and that's going to hit the rim and go over the backboard out of bounds. Wildcats are just struggling here a little bit with their shooting. Liz Wade hit a couple three-pointers there, and she does have double figures, but everybody, we got Savannah Cook with 2, Lexi Diedeker with 2, and Bailey just with 2 points. So our shooting's a little cold here, and we get that going, and we'll be all right. And again, they turn. Jacoby gets it down in the post, and she turns and shoots. And Wildcats just can't stop that. So 17-30 here with under 1 minute to go in the second quarter. And Avery Besler has the ball stolen, and then she steals it right back. And we're at 30 seconds. Whitson gets it into the front court. They get it to Merritt, then they get it back out to Jacob. And rebound there by Springville, and she misses. And rebound there by Weber at the end, and she chucks it up, but no dice on that. So that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. And it's going to be 19-30. Springville kind of had a little bit of an explosion right there at the end of the second quarter. Wildcats are only able to get 7 points. So 7 points for the Wildcats, 15 points in the first quarter for Springville, and 15 points in the second quarter puts them at 30 points.
Okay, tonight we are going to highlight the Wildcat youth basketball. Many of these kids practiced on a couple Saturdays in the fall for the younger kids, and then the bigger kids are currently playing their games through the YMCA right now on their Friday nights for the most part. So we have a lot of parents.
All right, so
Coach the kids.
I'll give a quick shout out here to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is your community bank. We were founded in a small community like Central City and stay true to our roots in every community we serve. Good luck, Central City Wildcats. All right, so as I mentioned at halftime here, we are at 19-30. Wildcats, both teams were a little cold there in the second quarter. And only came away with 7 points in the second quarter. Springville wasn't doing much better, but they did kind of have a little bit of an explosion right here at the end. And it's got another 15 points. So it's 30-19. Central City shooting is a little cold here tonight. Bailey Weber, who I mentioned, is coming into tonight's game, averaging over 20 points a game. She has 4. Avery Besler's yet to score. And Liz Wade has 11 first half points. She has 3 3-pointers and then a 2-pointer. Lexi Diedeker's knocked down a basket, and Savannah Cook had a nice basket there in the first quarter. So that's kind of the scoring for the Wildcats. And we get some scoring going here and kind of keep our defense up. Wildcats will be able to get right back in the game. Right now we've got the youth basketball teams being introduced. We've got little preschool kids out there, and then we've got some elementary grades. I'm not sure exactly the low and high ends of that, but there's a pretty good group of kids out there, so we always like to see that with the youth sports and like to recognize them. All right, so probably not the best basketball that we've watched all year, but definitely up and down. Both teams are kind of trying to push it a little bit. Both teams are pressing, and both teams playing hard, a lot of scrappy play. Not the prettiest, but like I said, both teams are out there playing hard. So we've got about 6 minutes to go here at halftime. As I mentioned, the Wildcat girls are coming in on a 2-game winning streak. They got beat their first 2 games. They lost their first game, I believe, to Mac Valley. Then they went up to Union and they got beat. I think if I remember right, it was a pretty close game. Then they came back home and played North Cedar and was able to get a win against North Cedar, and then last Friday they went up to Starmont and they got a win at Starmont. So we'll see here what happens this second half. There is no JV girls program this year, so it's just varsity. The boys JV, though, has been playing and have been doing really well. And we can maybe talk a little bit more about them during boys. As far as junior high sports go, wrestling wrapped up their season last week, and some of the wrestlers, I didn't get any individual records or anything, but some of the wrestlers had some pretty good seasons, and some won more than they lost, and some probably lost more than they won, but at least they were out having some fun out there, and there was a pretty good number. And I think this is the last week for junior high girls basketball. They have their last game Thursday, I believe, and the 8th graders have one loss. I believe they lost their first game of the year, and they're undefeated since then. And the 7th graders, I'm not absolutely sure what their record is, but I think they've won more than they've lost, so they're doing a pretty good job. Like I said, their seasons wrap up. Tonight we've got a robotics bake sale going on, and the robotics had a competition, I believe, a week ago, and did a decent job, and so they're trying to raise some money for their next competition. So we want to congratulate the robotics team. The Sassmeisters just had a state competition down in Des Moines, and I think they got a #1 rating, and they brought home a trophy. It's sitting in the main office, so congrats to the Sassmeisters. And unfortunately, those of you that are at home having to listen to me will miss it, but I do believe that either in between games here or at halftime of the boys game, they are going to perform. So we'll be able to see one of their performances, one of their dances that they scored highly on. So that'll be coming up here a little bit later tonight. But we do appreciate those of you that are listening, even though you can't make it to the games. So we're down to 2.5 minutes to go here. Wildcats are back out, getting some shots up. Wildcats, both teams turned it over, so I'm not going to say that turnovers didn't hurt or help either team. But definitely shooting. Wildcats are cold on their shooting. Their shooting percentage is probably not really very good. And so that's kind of where the difference is. Springville's shooting percentage is probably a little better than the Wildcats. Both teams have turned it over. Both teams are getting shots. It's just that the Wildcats probably aren't shooting quite as high as percentage as the Orioles. So hopefully this second half here, the Wildcats can get things figured out and start knocking down some shots. I think they're a little intimidated on the inside by the Rowan Jacoby, who is listed at 6'2". But there's things that you can do to still be able to score, even though there is a size disadvantage. So we'll see what happens. All right, so both teams are back out on the floor. We got about a minute to go here. Wildcats getting some shots. Like I said, I think if we can get knocking down shots, we should be doing pretty good. Foul trouble, Wildcats. Lexi Diedeker has 2 fouls, so she's the only Wildcat in foul trouble. Savannah Cook has a foul, Liz Wade has a foul, and Avery Besler has a foul. So those are the fouls. Didn't really call that much there in the first half. Looks like the Orioles are going to go ahead and start with the ball here in the second half. Wildcats are finishing up their timeout. Wildcats played box and one the whole first half. And we'll see if they come out and stay in that. Thought they did an okay job in it. Obviously, they're trying to do something so that to disrupt Jacoby from getting, and that's what getting easy shots. And that looks like what they're going to stay in. And we have the same starting lineup, and I think that was March. Springville starts the second half with a three-pointer, and that's going to be an over and back. Or I'm sorry, it's going to be a turnover on the Wildcats. Springville still comes out in that press, and then they get a steal. And it's going to go out of bounds on that steal. Bailey Weber did a good job of knocking it out of bounds so that Springville couldn't get anything. Merritt's going to let it fly from the baseline. Three-pointer, no good, and Lexi Diedeker's fighting for it, and she's going to come away with it. And Besler has the ball, and she's pushing, looking, gets it over to Diedeker, gets it over to Cook in the baseline. She ball fakes, and she's going to take it against Jacoby, and I'm not sure how that's even Springville's basketball. Jacoby pretty much ran right into Cook and goes out of bounds, and they're going to give the ball to Springville. They're going to come into the front court. They're going to work it around. They get it to the elbow to March. She looks, gets it back to Clothier. She swings it over. Then they swing it down inside to March. She misses. Rebound Merritt. She took it right away from Cook. And it's 35-19. Wildcats need to try to get something going offensively here. That press is giving them a little trouble. Bailey Weber gets it, stop, pop, nothing there. Rebound Jacoby, and they're going the other way with Springville here. She gets it to the baseline. They get it inside to March. She turns and shoots up over Diedeker, and there's 2 points. And the Wildcats are struggling a little bit here against that. And there's going to be a travel after a steal. Springville gets a steal, and then they travel, so it's going to go back to the Wildcats. Besler passes it into Weber. Weber's dribbling it around, looking for a screen. Gets it down to the baseline to Besler. Besler's going to dribble back to the top, and she gets it to Weber. Weber's looking over, and she dribbles, turns, spins, shoots, misses, and rebound goes to March. Springville's pushing it into the front court. They get it to March at the elbow. She kicks it out to the baseline to Merritt, and she knocks down a three-pointer. Wildcats are really discombobulated as far as what they're trying to do out of that box and one, and I don't think people know where they're supposed to be going. So timeout here by the Wildcats, so Coach Smith will talk things over. And while we do that, I'm going to give a shout out to Heartland Bank. Whether you're a student just starting your financial journey or need a mortgage to suit your growing family, you can count on Heartland Bank for your local decisions and fast, efficient service. Thanks, Heartland Bank. So Wildcats coming out here and struggling a little bit. It's 19-40 here in the third quarter after it was 19-30. So Springville has shut out the Wildcats and has been able to knock down 10 points to start this third quarter. Wildcats need to kind of they're playing really tentative against this press. I'd like to see them try to attack it, and we'll see what happens. 5:45 left to go here in the third quarter, and it's 19-40. Wildcats just need to get some scoring. They're more than capable. The press is really kind of bugging them a little bit here too. So Wade's got it, gets it over to Weber, back to Wade, and they break the press, and now they have Avery Besler, and she shoots and misses. Wildcats just can't get anything to drop tonight. Springville's going to bring it into the front court. Now, again, they change offensive rebound by Jacoby off of the miss. And Wildcats break it, get it into the front court. Avery Besler has it, dribbling, and she drives and is going to have a turnover. Wildcats just don't look like they have much going on offense there. They just look a little confused. And Springville's going to come in, and they're going to let a three-pointer fly, and it rims around, and it's touched by two Wildcats, and then Merritt gets the offensive rebound, but she misses, and Wildcats are coming back to the other end. Weber's going to take it and pull up for a shot and misses, and Jacoby Rowan with the rebound, and she's going to bring it into the front court and there's a travel. And it's kind of a give and go, not a bad play, but it's travel on Rowan. And Hennick's coming in, and Besler's going out. And again, the Wildcats are trying to break that press. And Liz Wade's going to let a three-pointer fly, and Liz knocks down another one. That's her fourth three-pointer tonight. She's about the only offense that Wildcats have really tonight. It's 22-42. Wildcats look like they're just going to go straight man-to-man, and Lexi Diedeker's on march, and I think there's going to be a timeout. All right, it was almost going to be a 3-second or a 5-second call there, and Springville calls a 30-second timeout. So 22-42 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And we'll give a shout out here to Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work at all times. We remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. All right, so the Wildcats get a bucket here in the third quarter. And Wildcats, we'll see if they stay man-to-man. They switched to man-to-man here. They've been playing a box and one all night and just not really getting much out of it. And so they go man-to-man, and there's going to be a shot. Offensive rebound by Springville. Miss. Wade can't come up with the rebound, and it's going to be a basket for Springville. And Wildcats are bringing it up against that press. They get it to Diedeker, and there's going to be a turnover. And Springville's going to come the other way. And the Wildcats again staying in that man-to-man. And they're going to call, I don't know, Savannah Cook, I think, with the foul. I didn't really see it. Must have been off the ball. But that's the first foul of the third quarter here. And Savannah's going to come out, and Belle Whitson's going to check in. And there's going to be another foul. This time it's going to be on Lexi Hennick. That's her first, team second here. 44-22 with 3:30 left to go in the third quarter. And Renee Breck knocks down the free throw. And her second one is up and good. And we're going to have a sub. Looks like Brecht is going out, and Carson Clothier is checking in for the Orioles. Wildcats have Lexi Hennick, Belle Whitson, Bailey Weber, Liz Wade, and Lexi Diedeker on the floor. Liz Wade's taking the ball out of bounds. Liz Wade brings it up, gets it to Whitson. Back to Wade. Wade gets it on the corner to Dedeker, and she's going to take it in, and it's going to be blocked from behind. Nice move by Lexi Dedeker, but she's going to get it blocked from Jacoby. Looked like she double dribbled, but they didn't call anything, and she shoots it, misses. Rebound Dedeker. Dedeker's pushing it the other way. She gets it to Wade. Whitson, back to Wade. Bailey Weber's got it at the top. She wants somebody to set a pick for her, and then she takes a dribble, doesn't use it really much. Lexi Hennick lets it fly. Air ball, rebound Springville, and Springville's going to be in the front court. Kennedy Moore picks her dribble up, and then it's a steal by Lexi Hennick, and then she dribbles it out of bounds, and it's going to go right back to Springville. So Springville has it, hits it underneath, and misses, and it's going to be a jump ball. And jump ball, and it's going to be Wildcats basketball. Lexi Dedeker's going to go out. Lexi Hennick's going out. And we've got Avery Wise checking in, and Avery Besler's checking back in. And Wildcats will have it. Again, Springville still pressing. Avery Besler's going to drive, and she penetrates and kicks it over to Belle Whitson, and Belle Whitson shoots it and misses. And Springville's going to come back the other way. And Jacoby picks up the loose ball and knocks it down. That makes it 22-48. Wildcats get it into the front court. We got Besler. She gives it to Weber. Weber wants a pick, but there's no pick. And they're going to give it back to Weber, and she lets a three-pointer fly. No good. And it's out of bounds off of Rowan Jacoby. So Wildcats will retain possession. Again, 22-48 here. We've got 1.5 minutes, and Liz Wade's going to let a three-pointer fly, and Liz Wade knocks it down. That's Liz's 5th three-pointer of the night. I'd probably look to try to get her the ball a little more. She's the only one who scored here in the second half for the Wildcats. Have only scored 6 points. Wildcats really struggling offensively. And there's going to be a give and go to March. She knocks it down. There's a pass to Avery Weiss. She thinks about it, gives it to Besler. Besler shoots, misses. And loose ball picked up by Merritt. Merritt's going to bring it in. She gets it over to Moore. Moore pulls up for a jump shot and knocks it down. Two-pointer. 25-52. Bailey Weber's going to push it, and she's going to take it the length of the floor and is fouled. These are going to be the first free throws of the night for the Wildcats. So Bailey Weber's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. And looks like somebody, maybe the Wildcats, I didn't see. Somebody called a timeout anyway. So there's 41 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Wildcats are going to go to the free throw line. We have a timeout here on the floor. It's 25-52. Heartland Bank is your community bank. We were founded in a small community like Central City and stay true to our roots in every community we serve. Good luck, Central City Wildcats. All right, so timeout there, and Wildcats are going to be, like I mentioned, Bailey Weber's going to the free throw line. This is going to be her first Wildcats. This is going to be anybody from the Wildcats or even shooting. This just shows you that we haven't attacked. I think we're intimidated by the height of Rowan Jacoby, and we've just settled for outside shots and just jump shots, and this is the first time that we've really attacked the basket. So good things can still happen even if you do have a 6'2" person. So Bailey Weber makes her first free throw. And she makes her second one. So let's hope those free throws getting to the free throw line there by Bailey will get her going again. All right. Wildcats kind of forced to go man-to-man here, so they're staying man-to-man. And there's going to be a turn by Brecht, and she shoots and misses. Rebound Wildcats, and the Wildcats need to push it. And there they find Bailey Weber, and she just lets it fly. Nothing there. She's way off tonight. Rebound Jacoby. She's going to take it coast to coast, and then she ends up kicking it out. And it hits the rim, gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to stay. It's going to stay here where we're 6 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's going to stay with the Orioles. Wildcats need to talk on this out-of-bounds play and not give up an easy basket. It's 27-52, and they're going to give it into. Oh, that's way too easy. They just gave it to Rowan Jacoby. She just turned and shot, made it, and Bailey Weber fouled her. Way too easy there. Got to make them earn it. I don't think Bailey was ready there. So Jacoby's going to go to the free throw line for one shot here, and she misses it, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Merritt, and Wildcats will get the ball with 4.7 seconds left here. See if we can't get something. Break that press, and Bailey Weber's not even looking or nothing. Now they might. Nope, don't get anything. Press took too much time. So 27-54. After the third quarter, Wildcats are only managed 9 points. That 8 points on my bad. They only ever managed 8 points that half. And the Orioles ended up scoring 24 points. So they came out hot and finished the second quarter hot and maintained it through the third quarter. So Wildcats have their work cut out for them. Cut down on turnovers, get a few steals, and maybe we can get right back into this game. So we'll see what happens. Liz Wade's leading the way. She had 11 points at halftime, and she's got 6 more points. She's got 5 3-pointers tonight, so maybe we need to look to get it to Liz a little more here. All right, so both teams are breaking the huddle. The Wildcats are going to have Savannah Cook, Avery Besler, Lexi Dedeker, Liz Wade, and Bailey Weber are going to be the 5 starters for the third quarter. And Springville, as I mentioned, starts the third quarter with the ball, and there's going to be a steal to start the third quarter, so the Wildcats get started right, and then now they've got to push, and we need to get some baskets in transition, and they pass it over to Avery Besler, and she shoots an air ball, and Rowan comes up Rowan Jacoby, and it's going to be a turnover. Springville, they're pushing themselves, and they throw the ball out of bounds. And it's going to go back to the Wildcats. Wildcats have to try to convert when they have a chance. And they're going to go ahead and give it out to Weber. Weber shoots a 3-pointer, misses. Rebounded by Lexi Dedeker, but she mishandled the ball, and it goes out of bounds. So we stay at 27-54 here. Again, probably not the prettiest game that either team have played. Wildcats, again, go man-to-man, and Merritt sneaks in and knocks down 2. Wildcats get the ball into the front court. Wade has it. She pulls up for a shot from the elbow, misses. Nobody rebounding for the Wildcats. And the Springville's going to bring it into the front court with Moore. Moore's looking things over. She hits a cutting Jacoby. Oh, it is all ball. I'm not sure who the official that's standing in front of the Springville bench calls the foul, and the guy underneath the basket who has a clear shot doesn't call it. I hate that. That is not his call, and it was a clean block. Awful call. I don't know why officials do that. Let your official do his job and you do your job, and we can play some basketball. I hate when officials do that. That was an awful call. Bailey had all ball, and that guy was blocked. On the missed free throw, it's tipped around, and Merritt puts it up, and ball looked like it went off of Springville, but they give it back to Springville, and so Springville's going to get the ball out of bounds underneath their basket. Wildcats need to secure the basketball. They've had a lot of times where they've had their fingers on it, but they just haven't been able to secure it for whatever reason. They just have to, you have to want the ball. And Liz Wade takes it in, pulls up for a jump shot, knocks it down. 2 more points for Liz tonight, makes it 29-57. 6:26 left to go here. Merritt's going to check up another 3-pointer, and it's going to go to Rowan with the offensive rebound. She gets it again, misses. Merritt comes up with the rebound again. March is going to shoot a 3-pointer. She misses, and this time Dedeker has it for the Wildcats. Wildcats need to turn and push, and they get it up to Bailey Weber. She's going to stop and pop, and she just can't find the range. It's a good hustle by Lexi Dedeker. She looked like she was going to have the rebound, but she just couldn't secure it, and it goes out of bounds off of her hands. There's another situation where the Wildcats could have had the ball, but we just can't secure it. So goes back over to the Orioles, 29-57, 5:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jacoby's going to shoot a 3-pointer, hits the backboard, rebound Liz Wade. Liz Wade hits Bailey Weber, who's getting it up in front of the, and finally gets a 2-pointer to drop. So that's Bailey's 8th point of the night. And the Springville's going to come right back. Jacoby just gets it down inside. Nobody can stop her, and she puts it in for 2 more, and the Wildcats are coming the other way. And there's a skip pass over to Besler. Besler's looking, and she bounce passes it to Weber. Weber back to Besler. Nobody's moving really. She skip passes it over to Wade. Wade is going to drive, picks the ball up at the elbow, skips it over to Besler. Besler's going to let a 3-pointer go, hits the front of the rim, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go over to Springville. So 31-59. We've got about just went under 5 minutes to go. Wildcats, Lexi Hennick's checked in. They get it into Jacoby. She turns, misses, but then nobody rebounds. Nobody boxed out. Bailey doesn't box out Rowan Jacoby, and she got her own offensive rebound. Wildcats get it into the front court. Bailey Weber wants a pick, and she's going to then takes a dribble and skips it over to Besler. Besler tries to force it into Dedeker. There's a kick, and so the ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Wildcats. So 4:28 left to go, 31-61. And I'm not sure they stop play. And now Wildcats are going to pass it in. I don't know that Lexi knows that he's counting. And then I'm not sure what that was. But anyway, shot clock maybe. Wildcats miss. And we're in the front court with Springville. Wildcats are on defense. The ball, they skip it around. They're looking inside, nothing there. They get it to the baseline. They hit a cutting Jacoby Rowan, and she puts it in. And Liz Wade, Springville pulls off their press. Central City's pulled off their press, so the Wildcats need to look to push here. There's a pick, and there's going to be a 3-point attempt by Liz Wade. Nothing there. There's going to be a foul on Avery Besler with the reach, and that's going to be Avery's second foul. So, I mean, at this point, Bailey's got 2, Avery Besler's got 2, Lexi Dedeker's got 2, and Savannah Cook's got 2. All right. We've got 31-63, 3:40 to go here. There's a pass inside, kicks it back out to Marsh. She shoots, misses. Rebound goes to Wade. Wade's pushing. And she hands it off to Weber. Weber gets it back to Wade. There's just no movement. There, Bailey kind of cuts through. There's Lexi Dedeker. Gets it inside, kicks it outside. They pass it over to Besler. Swings it around to Wade. Wade's going to let a three-pointer go. Wade misses. Rebound, Jacoby. And Jacoby's got it in the front court. And there's going to be a travel turnover here. We've got some subs checking in. Avery Weiss is checking in. Belle Whitson's checking in. Got some subs on the Springville side. Laurel Shaw's in. Renee Breck. Kaylee Green. Kaylee Tainer. And they leave Merritt in. And they're going to stay in that 2-3 zone that they've been in. They played man-to-man for like maybe 2 possessions. And the Wildcats just have not been able to do anything against that zone. Merritt with the steal. She takes it in, throws it up off the glass. Finishes with the basket. And the Wildcats are in the front court with Wade, swinging it over to Weber. Weber back to Wade. Whitson. Whitson's looking. She gets it to Dedeker. Dedeker drives, kicks it back out to Wade. Wade's going to let it fly. Hits the rim, hits the top of the backboard, so that's going to go over to Springville. Wildcats just can't get any scoring tonight. 31 points, probably their season low. So 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And there's going to be a turnover, Wildcats. And Weber can't make a layup. Instead of going up with her left, she tried to dribble over to the right and thought she was fouled, but no call. Springville moving the ball around here a little bit. And they skip it over, and that looks like Green let it fly. She missed. Rebound, Wildcats. They're coming in the front court. Avery Wise is going to shoot a three-pointer. No good. Rebound, Springville. And Springville calls a timeout just for subs. So they've got another sub coming in. And Springville will have the ball. We've got 1 minute and 28 seconds to go. Maya Lupkus is checked in for the Wildcats, and she's going to, oh, I thought she had the steal, but I guess not. Springville inbounds it. Shot goes up. Bounces around, picked up by Springville. They're going to swing it around. There's another shot. Short, hits the rim. And Lexi Hennick has the ball, and she's pushed down, but she's able to maintain control, and the Wildcats are going to bring it. Weber's going to drive. She's going to go all the way, and they're going to call block on Springville, so Bailey will probably go to the free throw. Oh, they're going to say underneath. Oh no, what it. One's pointing that it was. Yeah, they're saying it was on the floor, so the ball's going to be taken out of bounds. And they're going to inbounds it to Bailey. She's going to get it, pulls up for a jump shot, misses. And rebounded by Springville. Springville less than a minute, brings it into the front court. And they swing it around. They look inside, and the ball goes up, and it's an offensive rebound. And they're going to pass it back inside, and there's going to be a layup down there for Kaylee Green. It's going to make it 67-31. 30 seconds left to go here. Wildcats just looking around. Nobody wants to shoot. Belle Whitson throws up a three-pointer. No rebounding there for the Wildcats. Springville is going to bring it into the front court here. We've got 15 seconds. And I'm assuming they're just going to move the ball around here a little bit. We'll see what happens. And they're going to get it inside. Then they're going to kick it back out. And then they're going to let it fly. And the basket is no good. So that puts the final score as 31-67. Springville on top. And the Wildcats get 4 points in that fourth quarter. And Springville ends up with 13. So not a great night for the Wildcats. That was probably, like I said, their worst shooting night of the year. Just couldn't, nobody, we had one person who had a good shooting night. Otherwise, not great basketball for the Wildcats. All right, so the final is going to be 67-31. And the scoring is going to be Bailey Weber's going to end up 8 points total, and she's averaging 20-some points a game, so that really hurt us. Avery Besler, who was the second leading scorer, I believe, did not score tonight. Liz Wade ends up with 5 3-pointers. She had 11 in the first half, and she has 8 in the second half. So she's going to finish with 19 points. My guess is that's probably a career high for Liz. Liz is a freshman this year. Lexi Diediger had 2 points in the first half, and that's what she stays at. She didn't score, and Savannah Cook had 2 points in the first half, and she didn't score in the second half, and that's all the scoring for the Wildcats. So Wildcats only shot 2 free throws. Bailey Weber was 2 for 2. You could just tell the press seemed to bug him a little bit, but I just think having Jacoby in there, for whatever reason, they were not really very aggressive. And that was the other night when they played North Cedar. The Wildcats were running like crazy, pushing the ball up the floor and stuff. I just didn't see that transition game out there. And I think the Wildcats are going to, for the girls anyway, are going to need to look at that transition stuff. I don't know that they want to be a set half-court offense. I'm not sure how successful they'll be in that. But tonight, just nobody's, except for Liz, nobody could get a shot to drop. So unfortunately, it's unfortunate when everybody goes cold. Usually maybe one person goes cold, but the whole team except for Liz. So kudos to Liz, dropping down 19 points. It was probably, like I said, a career high, but unfortunately Wildcats come on the short end. So let's hopefully the boys have a little better success here. Both teams are out here warming up. We got the Wildcats for the boys are coming in, for the Central City boys are coming in with a 1-2 record. Wildcats got off to a slow start, lost their first 2 games. Then they went up to Starmont last Friday night and were able to secure their first win, and it was their first conference game. So the Central City boys are 1-2 and 1-0 in the conference. And then the Springville boys are coming in with a 2-1 record, and they're 0-1 in the conference. So probably evenly matched. Should be a decent, evenly matched game here. Obviously, the key, or the kind of the story for the Wildcats this year so far, even though we've only played 3 games, is injuries. We lost Christopher Greif for the year, at the last playoff football game, he tore his ACL. And then the playoff game before that, Matt Eulenkamp injured his knee, and it's a hope that he's able to come back here sometime during Christmas break or before the beginning of the next year is what we're hoping that he can come back. That's the last word that I've heard. And then, so he was our starting point guard. And then in our first game of the year, Mekhi Benton, probably the second leading scorer coming back from last year, he dislocated his ankle, and I see him sitting over on the bench in a cast. He did not break his ankle, but he dislocated it. And so he's pretty much done for the year. I'm sure there's more in there. I'm not sure that they know the full extent of the injuries, so it's unfortunate that Mekhi is going to be out for the year. He was a big cog in for the Wildcats, did a lot offensively and defensively. So that's kind of been the story for the Wildcats, unfortunately. So we've got some guys who've had to step in and play a little more than maybe they're used to in some different roles. And so, you know, it's kind of like one of those things, next man in. And so we'll see here. Wildcats, like I said, did get a win on Friday night, so maybe they're kind of figuring things out without Mekhi and Matt. And we'll see what happens tonight. So we're gonna take a quick look here at the stat leaders for both teams. See if I can get this pulled up here on quick stats. As I mentioned, there is no JV. There is no JV this year for the girls, but there is a JV for the boys. But unfortunately tonight they were only able to play a half, so I don't see any JV boys around right this second, but I'll see what I can do to find out who came out on top. All right, so as far as stats for the Central City Wildcats, Aiden Klosterman, senior, is leading the Wildcats with 13 points a game. He's shooting 35% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, 79% from the free throw line. And then senior Jaden Hansen is second on the team with 9 points a game. He's shooting 58% from the floor, two-point range. Jaden Hansen's leading the team in rebounds. He's averaging 5 rebounds a game. And Aiden Klosterman's averaging 4.7. So Aiden and Jaden doing a lot of work there. Aiden's leading in assists, and Max is second in assists, Max Arthur. So those are the Wildcats. For the Orioles, Connor Williams scoring 14 points a game. He looks like he's an inside player. Evan Hefner is junior. He's averaging 12 points a game, shooting 64% from the three-point line. So Wildcats are going to need to make sure they know where he's at. Rebounding, Conlon Rouse, a sophomore, is averaging 7, almost 8 rebounds a game. And Connor Williams, the junior, is averaging 6. And then assists is Evan Hafner, he's a junior, averaging 6 points, or 6 assists a game. So that's kind of some of the stats there for the Wildcats. So the Orioles have a little bit of an inside-outside game there. And so Wildcats, I'm sure, are going to be aware of that. And we'll see how the Wildcats can take advantage. And hopefully, like I said, got some things figured out on Friday and can keep that going. So we've got about 6.5 minutes to go here before we get tipping off for the boys. Just like to always give a shout out to all the volunteers. Whenever we have home games, we have people who are volunteer to help do the scorekeeping and run the clock. And Vaughn, bus driver, and he does the scoreboard for all the football games, and he's doing the 30-second the shot clock, which is a 35-second shot clock here. And then we've got Shannon Bohannon doing the main clock for the games. So we appreciate their help. And I always like to give a shout out to Beth Griggs, the athletic trainer. If you listen to any of my announcements, you hear me say this every time. Beth has been doing this now, I'm not even sure, 5-6 years. And the Booster Club decided to make that a paid position. And it's just so nice to have somebody who's an expert and can really just take over if there is an injury, whether it's a serious injury or not. And it just takes a lot of pressure off the coaches. And she comes to all the home events, so she comes to all the home basketball games, all the home volleyball games, and she actually travels to all the games for the football. She goes to home and away ones. And so it's really nice, and she's at the home track meets, so just nice to have that. And we appreciate all that she does for the Wildcats. Did you guys win? I got confirmation that the junior high boys won their half of basketball, so junior high boys basketball team stays undefeated. So good job to them. Cooper, you want to help me do play-by-play? All right, so we're down to 4 minutes to go here before tip. Got a decent crowd here now that the junior high boys game is over. Everybody trickles into the gym. Pretty good crowd here for the Wildcats. It always helps when the little kids get introduced, then the parents come out. So didn't see the best basketball game with the girls. The girls are much better than what they did tonight. But hopefully the boys are ready here to play. I mentioned earlier that junior high girls are wrapping up, having a pretty decent season, especially the 8th grade girls. Wrestling finished up. And boys junior high will be starting in January when we come back from Christmas break, and so they'll have that opportunity to play then. So always a lot of stuff going on, it seems like. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, you should. Right now, the Central City here, we've got about, I don't know, I think maybe 10 days now, 11 days before Christmas break. The Culture Committee here in the high school has put together a 12 days of Christmas, kind of a fun thing for the staff and for the kids. Today was holiday dress-up day, wear pajamas, your winter or holiday pajamas. And they've got stuff planned every day from the rest of this week until Christmas break. So check out the Facebook page. I'm sure something's posted on there. Get your kids involved. It's kind of fun to see the kids partake some of this kind of fun stuff, kind of make it fun for them. So we're having the 12 days of Christmas going on right now. All right, we're getting down here to a minute and a half, and we'll be doing some starting lineups. The Springville boys will be in their black road jerseys with orange trim down the side and orange numbers on the front. Wildcats are in their home white jerseys with black trim on the legs and down the side of the legs, black numbers. All right, and we are getting close to tip-off here.
Good evening. Tonight we would like to welcome the Springville Orioles to the home of your Central City Wildcats.
All right, getting ready for the starting lineups here.
Starting for Springville, number 0, sophomore Mason Boyd.
So Mason Hoy, a sophomore.
Number 10, senior Aiden
Aiden
Klosterman.
Klosterman, senior, starting.
For the Orioles, number 1, junior Evan Hafner.
Evan Hafner, Jace Ernzen, Jr. for Springville, and Nolan Gates gets the start for the Wildcats.
Number 22, junior Connor Williams.
And Connor Williams comes in at 6'4". And Dayton Price, senior for the Wildcats. That's going to be the all right. So there's the starting lineups. Jaden Hanson, Aiden Klosterman, Castor Abernathy, Nolan Gates, and Dayton Price for the Wildcats. And we are getting for the tip-off. Looks like Castor Abernathy's going to jump for the Wildcats. And I believe that is Connor Williams for the Orioles. And it's going to go to the Orioles. And you've got Evan Hafner, gets it over to Williams, up to Hafner. And Wildcats are going to open in man-to-man. And Mason Hoy drives, kicks it off. No good by Williams, rebounded by Hanson. Wildcats are going to come into the front court with Castor. He gets it over to Dayton Price. Looks like Springville's also going to play man-to-man. Price has it. Skips it over to Jaden Hanson. Jaden Hanson dribbles. Gets it to Nolan Gates in the baseline. Nolan dribbles. Gets it back to Price at the top of the key. And hands off to Hanson. Hanson's going to drive. Loses the ball, but gets it back. Kicks it out to Nolan Gates. Puts it up for a three-pointer. And they're going to call Jaden Hanson. Kind of swung his hand. If he wouldn't have swung his hand, I don't know that they would have called a foul. The Springville kid came down with the rebound, just looked like he was off balance, but it is going to be a foul against Hanson. So kind of a silly 90-foot foul. And there's going to be a steal by Abernathy. Abernathy's going to take it. Good job by Springville for getting back. He gets it to Aiden Klosterman. Aiden Klosterman with the three-pointer, no good. Rebound Springville. They're going to bring it into the front court. Hoy puts up a shot. No good. And it goes out of bounds. And it's knocked out of bounds by Jaden Hanson. Good hustle, Jaden Hanson. Springville has it. Hafner's going to dribble, gives it to Hoy. Hoy gets it down in the corner to Ernzen. Ernzen lets a three-pointer fly, and it's good. And they're going to come out in a full-court press. Aiden Klosterman's gonna. This game's gonna get ugly because these officials don't call anything. He just got knocked down and they don't call anything, but the ball's gonna stay with the Wildcats. Klosterman. He's gonna dribble, gets it to Abernathy. He's gonna drive. He takes it in all the way, uses his left hand but can't finish. So it's 3-0 Springville. They're gonna get it in the front court, and good defense there, but Williams is able to slide through and knock down a basket. Castor Abernathy's going to have the ball, gets it to Aiden Klosterman, and Aiden's going to break the press, gets it over to Price. Price gets it to Abernathy. They swing it around to Aiden, gets it to Price. Price going to drive. He pulls up at the free throw line, nothing there. And they get it to Abernathy. There's a pick. Castor's dribbling and passes it into Nolan. Nice back door, and there's a good pass and nice finish by Nolan. So Wildcats get on the board here. Good job of staying patient. And there's a pass inside, and Williams misses, cleared by Price. And Castor Abernathy's going to take it to the basket and miss. There's nice move, just didn't finish. Wildcats back on defense, playing man-to-man. Hoy drives, and he's going to get it to Rouse. There's a little miscommunication on defense there. Rouse lays it in for a layup. And Aiden's going to just tries to break the press dribbling, and you just can't do that. Steal by Springville. Ernzen's going to take it in and finishes there. And it's going to be 9-2 at 4:21 left to go here in the first quarter. And Springville's up. Whether you're a student just starting your financial journey or need a mortgage to suit your growing family, you can count on Heartland Bank for local decisions and fast, efficient service. Go Cats. So the press is really bothering the Wildcats. They've had a couple opportunities. Castor Abernathy's had a couple nice drives, just hasn't been able to finish. And then just a breakdown on defense here for the Wildcats. So makes it 9-2. And after that timeout, the ball will be Wildcats. And again, Springville's going to be doing some full court pressing. They get it into Aiden. Aiden's going to dribble, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Wildcats basketball on the side. And they get it into Castor Abernathy. Castor's bringing the ball, gets it up to Nolan Gates. He gets it inside to Dayton Price, and Dayton is going to be fouled there by Ernzen. So that's on the floor. And there's going to be inbounds to Price, and there's another missed layup. So the Wildcats have had 3 point-blank layups and just haven't been able to finish. And then the Springville comes back on the other end and is a bad pass and goes out of bounds. And it's going to go back over to the Wildcats. So with 4:01 here to go in the first half, it's 2-9. Kind of feel like I'm watching a repeat of the girls' games. And there's going to be a turnover, Wildcats. So Springville will have the ball now. Williams has it, looking, Gives it to Hafner, or I'm sorry, Hoy to Ernzen. They swing it down to get it back to Hafner. He's looking, and there's a cut, and then there's a pass, and it's deflected, and it goes to Springville. Shot, ball tipped around, another shot by the Orioles, and then Dayton Price has the ball, and there's a foul. There's going to be a foul on number 10, Conlon Rouse, and he's going to come out. And Grant Chisman is coming in. So we get the ball into closer, or Aiden. And there's going to be a foul on Williams, it looks like. So Connor Williams is called for a foul. Ball's going to be out of bounds with the Wildcats. Castor's going to take the ball out. Castor gets it into Aiden Klosterman, dribbles to the free throw line, stops, shoots from the free throw line, no good. Rebound, Springville. Max Arthur's checked into the game for Nolan Gates, and there's a backdoor cut, and the backdoor guy didn't go, so there's a turnover. And Springville's going to stay in that press. And they're going to get it into Aiden. And they get it to Castor, and Castor just turns and loses the ball. There's another turnover. Springville's going to attack. They're looking, dribbling. Get it to Hoy. Hoy stops and shoots from outside, tipped by Price, but it goes to Orioles, and it's going to go in by Williams. I'm not kidding. This is like the exact same thing we just watched with the girls. Wildcats turning the ball over and having the opportunities, but just not being able to just can't keep control of the ball. The ball's in your hands. You gotta be able to catch it. So Wildcats do break the press. They get it into the front court. Castor Abernathy takes it in hard, and he is fouled by Connor Williams, and I believe that's his second foul. So there's 3 team fouls on Springville. It looks like 1 on us, but I feel like that might not be right, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. And the ball's going to be passed in bounds to Max Arthur and knocked out of bounds by Springville. And the ball's inbound to Aiden, up to Jaden Hansen. He's going to drive, hands it off to Brady Weiss. Brady gets it back into Jaden, who's backed down, and he's going to go up for the shot. And that's going to be a foul on Jace March, who's checked in. So it's 2-11. Wildcats have had some great looks. We just can't get anything to fall. Jaden Hansen's going to go to the free throw line, and he's going to get 2 free throws. And his first free throw is no good. And the second free throw is no good. So Jaden misses both free throws, and now he's going to shoot a 3-pointer, and it's no good. Ernst with the rebound, and he gets it down to the corner to Rouse. Rouse gets it to Chrisman, and he's going to throw it up, misses it, and they're going to call Aiden Klosterman, number 10. Colin Rouse goes over his back. Oh. I take that back. They call it on Springville's number 10, who did go over. I was going to be like, Aiden was right there, and that kid just went over and grabbed his arm and got the rebound. So that's going to be a foul on Conlon Rouse. I might have said that wrong. So that's 5 team fouls. So they should be shooting. Should be it should be the bonus. I'm pretty sure it should be the bonus. Coach is telling everybody it's the bonus. So the new free throw rules this year is they get up to 5 free throws and then it's 2 shots, and they clear the fouls every quarter. So it should be a bonus for the Wildcats. Yep, and so Aiden's going to go to the free throw line. So Aiden Klosterman will go to the free throw line here. See if he can get something going. We're at 1:52 here left in the first quarter, and it's 11-2. Springville's ahead. Wildcats again have had some really good looks, but just can't get anything to drop. And Aiden knocks down that free throw, so hopefully that gets the lid off the basket for the Wildcats. Aiden's going to have another one here. And his second one goes in and halfway down and pops back out. And so that makes it 3-11 here with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Springville's working around. Ernst drives, pulls up for a shot at the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by Springville, but tipped around, and they come up with it. Hafner drives, pulls up for a jump shot from the baseline, knocks it down. And Brady Weiss is going to have the ball, bringing it into the front court. And I'm not sure how that's not a foul, but they're not. And then Max Arthur drives, and they're going to call travel before the foul, and he did travel. So nice job there by the Wildcats to break the press, but just have that another turnover. So with 1 minute to go here, 13-3, Ernson gets it down to March in the baseline. Then they get it back up to Chrisman. And there's going to be a steal by the Wildcats. Brady Weiss brings it into the front court, gets it to Max Arthur. Max is going to drive, and he throws it up, and he's fouled. And I'll see who they, I'm not sure who they, I think they called it on, I don't know. They either called it on Jace March or Ensler Breitfeld. I'm not sure. I couldn't see who they called that on. And Max Arthur is going to go, and Max knocks down his first free throw. So Wildcats are kind of slowly chipping away here using the free throws. And Max's second free throw is no good, and Dayton Price does a good job getting the offensive rebound off of that free throw. He misses. Nolan Gates tracks down the offensive rebound. And now Aiden Klosterman's driving. He kicks it back to Price. Price is going to drive in and take it all the way, and Dayton knocks it in. So good hustle there by the Wildcats. Hopefully they can get things going here. That makes it 6-13 here. We've got 30 seconds to go. Springville's passing around. Ernson drives, and he's going to do a runner, and it's no good. And Aiden Klosterman, I think that's his second foul maybe. I'm not, I kind of lost track. Maybe it's not, I guess. That might be Aiden's first foul. So I've got Jaden Hansen with a foul, and I've got Aiden with a foul. 5 team fouls to 2, so that makes sense. And the free throw is no good. Hits the front of the rim. Caster's coming back in. Max Arthur's going to go out. We've got Nolan Gates in, Aiden, Brady Weiss, Dayton Price for the Wildcats on the floor. Second free throw is up and good. Nolan Gates is going to take it out, gets it into Caster. Caster's got the ball. There's 17 seconds left to go. He needs to look to pass the ball up the floor here. There's 7 seconds. They get it to Aiden. Aiden's gonna kicks it to Weiss. Weiss is he's gonna hand it off to Aiden. Nobody wants to shoot. There's 1 second left here. Springville's gonna take the ball out of bounds here with 1 second, and they're just gonna let the time run out. So after 1 quarter, it's gonna be 6-14, kind of a repeat of the girls' game. Both teams pressing, kind of pushing the pace. Both teams turning the ball over. Wildcats having a hard time knocking down shots just like the girls did. And we have Nolan with 2 points, Dayton with 2 points, Aiden knocked down a free throw, and Max Arthur knocked down a free throw. So Wildcats need to get their scoring going here, and we'll be okay. I'll give a shout out here to Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, we understand that life is full of changes. We're here to support you at every step of your life's journey with personal and business banking options that fit your lifestyle. Online at hbtbank.com. Go Central City Wildcats. All right, so at the end of the first quarter, as I mentioned, it's 6-14. Wildcats are down. Just kind of some cold shooting. Both teams are turning the ball over. Wildcats are 2 for 6 from the free throw line, so we're not taking advantage of our free throws. That can clean that up a little bit, and we're right back in this game. So Wildcats are going to start the second quarter here with the ball. It'd be nice here to get a bucket. Aiden's got it. He's going to drive. Pulls up. Gets it. Oh. Jaden went one way. Aiden went the other. And it gets knocked out of bounds. Jaden passes it into Aiden Klosterman. Klosterman gives it over to Price. Price is going to drive. He's going to take it all the way to the hole. Misses. And Springville's got the ball up into the front court. Breitfelder hits a Chisman, and he misses. And this time they're going to call Castor with the foul on that rebound. While Orioles are going to take the ball out of bounds. Hoy's looking to get it in. He gets it into Breitfelder. Breitfelder drives, dribbles, hands it back off to Hoy. Hoy's dribbling, baseline, dribbles it back out, passes it to almost a turnover. Breitfelder tracks it down. He's dead. They give it to Hoy. Hoy's going to launch up a three-pointer, no good, and kicked back out by Ernson, and it goes to an Oriole. And Breitfelder's going to shoot it from the three-pointer line, and he makes it. And ball gets put in to Nolan Gates, and it's going to be a steal by Hoy. And Aiden Klosterman's going to pass the ball in. Gets it to Castor. Castor dribbles. He breaks the press, gets it over to Dayton Price. Dayton turns, dribbles, hands it back to Jaden Hanson. Jaden is going to take it in and is fouled. Jaden's going to go to the free throw line. Nice move by Jaden. 6-19 here. Wildcats need to score and get some points on the board. We're having some great looks, just haven't been able to finish. And Jaden makes that free throw. He's 0 for 2. Now he's 1 for 3, and let's see if he can't even things out here. That's a nice looking shot right there. So he's 2 for 4 from the free throw line, makes it 8-19. Wildcats are right there, just need to get some shots knocked down. There's a drive by Hafner, no good. He misses. Abernathy brings the ball and he pushes, turns around, kicks it to Price, swings it around to Hanson. Aiden Klosterman thinks about it, a deep three, but he thinks better of it. Gives it to Hanson. Hanson gives it to Gates, and they're just doing a little weave here. Price has the ball, and Aiden Klosterman gets it, and he shoots a three-pointer, and it's not there. And Jaden Hanson just picked up his second foul. Kind of went through the back of the Springville guy. You can't just go right through him like that. Probably a good call. 6 minutes to go here, 8-19. Hafner with the ball. He does a crossover. He's going to take it with a little Euro step, swings it, kicks it back out to Hoy. Hoy misses, Rebound Price. Good job by Dayton. Castor's got the ball. He's looking to push a little bit. Gets it into the front court. Gets it to Aiden. Aiden thinks about it. And dribbles to the middle of the court. Gets it over to Nolan Gates. Nolan dribbles. Hands off to Max Arthur, who's checked in. Max drives. Lays it up off the backboard. No good. And he punches it out. And there's no Wildcat there. And it goes out of bounds. And it's going to go over to Springville. So with 5:25 here in the second quarter, it's 8-19. And Springville's got the ball. Hafner's going to bring it into the front court, swings it over to Breitfelder in the baseline. He shoots an air ball, goes right to Castor Abernathy. Castor just walks the ball up. I'd like to see the Wildcats push it a little bit. Aiden Klosterman with the long three, nothing there. Ernson with the rebound. While Springville is running, and they are coming the other way. And there's a nice basket by Grant Chrisman, and makes it 21-8. Abernathy comes in, and and Abernathy, they're gonna call foul on the floor down there. He did a good job of driving. And foul Springville, so there's 2 team fouls each on this second quarter. Aiden Klosterman passes it into Dayton Price, posting up, and it's a bad pass. Dayton wasn't able to get it, so it goes back over to Springville. Hafner shoots a three-pointer, no good. Klosterman with the rebound, gets it to Abernathy. Castor's thinking about pushing, which he does there. Gets it over to Aiden. They swing it to Price. Price back to Klosterman. Klosterman's thinking about it. He gets a pick. Takes it to the baseline, nothing there. Nolan Gates gets it. Throws up a three-pointer. Oh, I'm sorry, Max Arthur. Max Arthur shoots it. Hits the Springville guy on the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay Wildcats. So we got Abernathy, Nolan Gates, Max Arthur, Aiden Klosterman, and Brady Weiss, who's just checked in. Kind of going with the small lineup. Get it to Aiden. Swing it to Brady. Brady dribbles, gets it to Nolan, but he bobbles it. It goes to Max. They get it to Castor. Castor shoots a three-pointer and makes it. First three-pointer of the night for the Wildcats, and for first points for Castor. Makes it 8-21. Hafner's got a dead ball, gets it to Hoy. Hoy drives, and he does a step through and scores. 11-23 here. Aiden Klosterman's got the ball, gets it to Castor. Castor brings it into the front court. Castor's dribbling at the top of the key, gives it to Max Arthur. He swings it to Brady. Brady scoops it back out to Aiden Klosterman for the three-pointer, no good. Hafner with the rebound. He's going to come into the front court, and they're going to say I'm not sure what they did. I didn't see him call a foul, but they must have called a foul. I'm not sure. And out of bounds play, Chrisman gets 2 points there, breakdown on the Wildcats, and they give up a layup. And it's 11-25. Wildcats need to get something going offensively. Aiden Klosterman thinks about it. He's dribbling. Backdoor cut by Weiss isn't there. Abernathy takes it in, and he knocks it down. That's his second basket. Castor's got 5 points here for the Wildcats. Hafner brings it into the front court, looks to drive, kicks it back to Ernson, swings it to Hoy, bringing it around to Breitfelder. Breitfelder was going to think about doing something, but he bobbled the ball. Hafner has it. He's going to take a dribble, pull up for a three-pointer. It's not there. Brady Weiss with the rebound. He's pushing it into the front court, gets it up to Aiden Klosterman. Aiden Klosterman just can't find the three-point range. Rebound, Hafner. And he does an acrobatic move, misses, and tipped in by Ernson. Makes it 13-27 with 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Aiden Klosterman into the front court. Back over to Castor. He swings it over to Max Arthur. Max Arthur's going to drive. Hand off to Nolan Gates. Nolan shoots a three-pointer. Nolan knocks that down. That's 5 points in this quarter for Nolan. 16-27. We got an 11-point game here. Wildcats just chipping away here. Maybe they can get their offense going. There's a handoff to Breitfelder. They're around the edge of the three-point line there. Hafner's dribbling at the top of the key. He pulls up for a three-pointer. No good. And the Wildcats just kind of standing around. Nobody wants to rebound. And Springville comes up with it. And Castor is going to pick up his second foul. So Wildcats just standing around. Nobody rebounding. And it goes to Springville. And he's going to go to the free throw line and knocks down one. I think that's Chrisman here. So we've got 1:27 left here in the second quarter, 16-28. Springville's up. And the second free throw is good. And Dayton Price is going to sub in. Try to get some rebounding in there. Dashney has checked in as well. They get the ball into Brady. Brady's going to go up the right side. And he's going to attack the basket. A little out of control. Swings it over to Dayton Price, and it's going to be a turnover on the Wildcats. Springville gets it up, and the ball hit the back of the Central City kid, but I thought it might have been touched by Springville, but they said it's not. So we've got a minute 12, 16-29 to go. Hafner drives in, and they're going to call that one. He got fouled by Dashney. In the girls' game, that was not a foul. That was a foul, but it was before the shot. But this time they're going to give it to him, and he made it. So this is a one shot here, free throw, and it's no good. Guess ball don't lie. And Dayton Price with the rebound. So we've got a minute to go here, 31-16. Price with the ball at the top of the key. Looking, gets it back to Aiden. Aiden's got it. And there's a three-pointer by Brady Weiss. Nothing there. And rebound Hafner. Hafner's going to bring it, getting it into the front court for the Orioles. And it's going to be almost knocked out of his hands by Nolan Gates, but he retains possession. And now Ernson has it. He flips it to Breitfelder. Breitfelder thinks about it, pulls up for the three, and knocks it down. 2 3-pointers for Breitfelder. Makes it 34-16. We've got 20 seconds here left to go in the second quarter. Wildcats have it in the front court. And we'll see if they go for the last shot. Brady drives, and they're going to call foul. And they call that on Breitfelder. And that's going to be 3 team fouls on the Orioles. And so the Wildcats have 13.8 seconds left here in the second quarter. See if we can't get a shot. And they get it into Dayton. He's going to turn. And he's going to take it all the way to the hole, and he's going to lay it up. Dayton Price knocks down the bucket there. That's his second basket of the night. Springville's going to come into the front court, and Hoy's going to take it all the way, and he misses a point-blank layup. So Wildcats kind of lucked out there. So at halftime, it's 18-34. Wildcats get 12 points that quarter, and the Orioles get 20. The Orioles started hot, and then they kind of cooled off, and the Wildcats kind of got some things going. So 18-34, and the girls, it was 19-30, so very, very similar. Hopefully the Wildcat boys don't have the same outcome, and they can kind of get things going. All right, so we are at halftime. And like I said, this seems like it's almost a repeat of the girls' games. Both teams pressing. Kind of a lot of turnovers, missing some shots. Wildcats, Springville kind of got things going in that second quarter just like their girls did. 18-34 here. Wildcats getting some good looks and stuff, just not finishing. And so that is kind of like what the girls was, is they just couldn't get anything to go. I'm going to give a shout out to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. Come visit us today at 59 North 4th Street in Central City, or online at hbtbank.com, and ask about ways to save, including CDs and savings accounts. All right, and we really appreciate our relationship with Heartland Bank. So the scoring for the Wildcats here in the first half. We've got Jaden Hansen has 2 points. He's 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Then we have Aiden Klosterman. We've got the Sassmeisters I mentioned that as I mentioned, Sassmeisters performed over the weekend, and they're out here performing one of their dances that got an award for them. They brought back some hardware that's in the high school office. We've got Ava Warrington's out there, Bella Hunterdos, Avery Besler, Coletta Wade, Krista, can't think of her last name, and Bretlin Decker. Good job by the Sassmeisters. Nice job. All right, so as I mentioned here before that started, is Jaden Hansen's got 2 points here in the first half. He's 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Aiden Klosterman's got 1 point. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Castor Abernathy's got a 1 3-pointer and a 2-pointer, so he's got 5 points. And Nolan Gates the same. He's hit a 3-pointer and had a 2-point field goal, so he's got 5 points. And we've got Dayton Price has knocked down 2 field goals, so he's got 4. And then Max Arthur's went to the free throw line, and he's 1 for 2. So that's the scoring for the Wildcats. So they're 4 for 8 from the free throw line in the first half. I'd like to see that a little higher. And again, just struggling. I think I mentioned Aiden Klosterman's averaging about 12, 13 points a game, and he's got 1. Same thing in the girls' game. Bailey Weber's averaging 20-some points a game, and at halftime for the girls, Bailey had 4, and she ended up with 8. So hopefully Aiden can get going here and can have more than 8 points. That'll make a big difference if some of these other guys get hot. All right, so we've got 4:40 to go here in the in halftime. As I mentioned as well, that the JV boys, there is no JV girls this year. It's JV boys, and I mentioned that the JV boys are undefeated. They won tonight. They were only able to play a half, but they were able to get the victory. So good job to the JV boys basketball team. And here comes the Wildcats. As long as the Wildcats, I mean, they were doing some good things, just handling the press. They had some turnovers early. And just besides knocking down shots, like I said in the first quarter, I can think of at least 4 layups that they just flat out missed. So you knock those down, it's a whole different game. So let's hopefully they can come and get some of those looks again and can knock down some shots. Springville's back out on the floor. Fouls, again, this is unofficial. I have Jaden Hansen with 2, and I have Aiden with 1. I have Castor with 2 fouls, and I have Dashney with 1. So there was a stoppage, and I wasn't absolutely sure what happened. I did not see them call foul, but that's not to say they didn't. So anyway, those are the unofficial fouls that I have for the game right now. Got 2.5 minutes to go. The officials are back out on the floor. Wildcats will probably go back to the same starters, I'm guessing, but who knows? Coach Turner could have seen something out of somebody, and we'll find out here. And we'll see what lineup the Springville is going to go with. All right, so we're getting down here to a minute to go. Hopefully both teams are here ready to get started with the second half. If you're just joining, it's the girls lost the first game with a score of 67-31. Wildcats were down at halftime 19-30, and it ballooned up to a 31-67 victory for the Orioles. And the boys are at halftime right now, and the score is 18-34. Plenty of turnovers, but really both teams have turned the ball over again. It's kind of like a carbon copy of the girls' game. Just the girls were definitely cold, couldn't get anything going, and that's kind of the way it is with the boys too. So hopefully Wildcats can get some shots to drop. So Springville's going to start the ball with the second half. Wildcats are playing man-to-man. Hafner's dribbling it for the Orioles. He swings at the top to Hoy. Hoy gets it to Williams, their leading scorer. Offensive rebound, Ernson takes it away, gets it back out to steal by the Wildcats, and then stolen right back by the Orioles. Rebound Price, and Wildcats have it in the front court. So Aiden Closer is going to stop and shoot an air ball, and not really probably the best shot when you're struggling, just to run down and stop and shoot a shoot a three-pointer. You'd like to see him move it around a little bit, but anyway, air ball while Springville's going to get the ball. Hafner swings it to Hoy. Hoy gets it over to Rouse. They get it back to Ernson. Williams is going to take it in against Price. He pulls up, no good, but it's going to be an offensive rebound there by Rouse, and Rouse puts it in, and the Orioles are going to go back to that full court press that they have, and a near steal. And the Wildcats do get it into the front court, and Castor's going to take it all the way, and he loses control, and it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to go back over to the Orioles. So it's 18-36 here as we start the third quarter. Ernson has it, gets it to Hoy at the top of the key. Hoy, that's got to be travel, but it's a turnover. Castor has the ball. He's going to take it all the way in, and then they're going to call foul. And that's going to be 2 shots for Castor. And they're going to call that on 22, which is Connor Williams, who is their leading scorer. And we'll see if he's going to come out or not. Castor's first free throw is no good. And Williams is going to go out. Castor's second shot is no good. And so come away from there, and Jaden Hansen just picked up his second foul. It's his third overall foul, but it's his second foul 90 feet away from the basket. Those are awful fouls, and it's just going to find you sitting on the bench. But so we'll see what happens here. Jaden's got 3 fouls. He's our second leading scorer, and he's got 2 points. So some of the people that we're relying on, we'll see if they can kind of get going. Now there's a steal by Jaden, so good play on his part. And he goes in and he gets a field goal. So we need that, but hopefully he can stay on the floor and not make silly fouls. There's a pass inside. And then it's turnover there. Conlon Rouse can handle the pass. Wildcats come in the front court. Price looks. There's Aiden. He's going to drive. Kicks it back out to Castor. Castor three-pointer is good. That's Castor's second three-pointer of the night. Nice job. Wildcats putting something together here. 23-36 with 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Ernson looks. Kicks it over to Hoy. Hoy's checking things out. Hits Chrisman, who dumps it down inside. And that was Rouse who missed. Hoy gets the offensive rebound. He misses. Nolan Gates with the defensive rebound, and Wildcats are in the front court here having a chance to chip away at this lead. There's Aiden. He's going to go to the elbow. He turns, kicks it to Dayton Price. Dayton's going to drive. Kicks it back out to Aiden. There's a nice shot by Aiden. Nice three-pointer right there. That's Aiden got set, got his feet set, and here comes the Wildcats. That was a nice looking play there. That's what you do. You move the ball around, don't just chuck up shots. So that makes it 26-36. Wildcats have cut that lead down to a 10-point lead. And we'll give a shout out here to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. Go Wildcats. All right, Wildcats are putting together a little run here. Down 18-34 at halftime. They've cut the lead now to 26-36. And Wildcats, we're just talking about, hopefully they can get doing some good things, just not getting their shots to drop. And we've got 2 3-pointers here. We've got Castor with his second. He hit his second three-pointer of the night just a minute ago. And then Aiden finally got his first field goal, which was a three-pointer. And and so that was a big one. So that puts it 26-36 here. And it'll be Orioles basketball. And Hafner's going to bring it into the front court. Gets it to Rouse, who gets it to Hoy. Hoy's dribbling at the top of the key, defended by Nolan. They're going to hand off to Hafner. There's going to be another steal by Jaden Hansen. Great defense. There's another basket by Jaden. Jaden's picking it up now. He just needs to be able to stay on that floor. Springville's working it around. They've got Ernson. He's going to dribble between his legs, checking things out, gets it over to Hoy. Hoy looks, nothing there. He's going to drive to the free throw line, kick it over to Ernson. Ernson's going to drive, pull up from the free throw line, nothing there. Offensive rebound by Rouse, and Rouse gets the basket. Wildcats get it into the front court, and nice job of breaking the press by the Wildcats, and we've got Jaden Hansen with another basket. Nice pass by Dayton Price to see him open. Good job on the Wildcats. 30-38 here. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Hafner drives, kicks it back out to Ernson. They swing it to Hoy, who swings it around to Rouse. Rouse gives it to Williams. Williams gets it back to the top of the key to Hoy. He swings it to Williams on the baseline, and Williams knocks down a three-pointer. Williams is playing with 3 fouls. He's their leading scorer, and they put him back in. Castor brings the ball into the front court. Nice pass to cutting Nolan Gates. Nolan knocks down. Nolan gets his 7th point of the game. Nice job there by the Wildcats. Rouse is on the baseline. He dribbles to the top of the key, and it's almost stolen by Castor. And then there's going to be a reach, and it's kind of a silly foul and all that goes on, and then they call that reach, and it probably was a foul on Aiden. That's going to be Aiden's 2nd foul, and again, that's unofficial. That's what I have. So with 2:48 left to go here in the third quarter, it's 41-32. Springville's up. 2 team fouls on the Wildcats, 1 team foul on the Orioles. Orioles are passing it inbounds, and they need to get it inbounds quick, and the inbounder gets the ball, and he was pushed by Max Arthur, and it's not very good defense. Max kind of pushed him. Hoy passed it in, and it hit Max's hand, and then Max, instead of grabbing the ball, Hoy gets in there and grabs it and dribbles underneath the basket, and Max Arthur knocks him out of bounds, so the ball's going to stay with the Orioles. And, yeah, there's a 5-second call. Good defense by the Wildcats. They would have had close to a 5-second call a second ago. All right, so Orioles are pulling out of their press. They're just going to go to a straight man-to-man after the Wildcats got 2 back-to-back baskets off of that press. And Castor's going to bring in the front court. He hands it off to Aiden. Aiden looks at the three-pointer. He dribbles, gives it to a cutting Hansen. Hansen's going to drive in, misses. Aiden Klosterman with the offensive rebound putback. 34-41 Wildcats here with 2:25 to go in the third quarter. Williams has the ball, gets it up to Hoy, being guarded by Max Arthur, and there's a kind of a deflection, but Max isn't able to do anything with it. They swing it over to Ernson. He goes by Klosterman. He misses, and Aiden Dayton Price and Conlon Rouse battle for the rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball, I believe, and it should be Wildcats basketball. So good hustle by Dayton. 34-41, 2:07 here left to go in the third quarter. Wildcats have a chance here to even cut more into this lead. There's a handoff to Aiden. He's got a nice look for that three-pointer, just a little off this time. Didn't get his feet quite set. And here comes the Orioles. They're going to get it up to Ernson. Ernson's going to drive in off balance. He's able to knock the shot down. Aiden Klosterman's got the ball. Gets it to Castor. Castor has the ball. He drives, turns, and the ball's taken right out of his hands. And Springville's going to come back down. Hoy looks for a three-pointer. It's not there. Hafner just going to drive it in. Then he dishes it to Williams, and Williams knocks it down for 2. And now it's 34-45, back up to an 11-point game. Castor gets it in, gives it to Hansen. Whoa, geez. There's a collision right there. Hansen's got the ball. They get it to Dayton. Dayton hands gets it to Aiden on the baseline. He's thinking about it, nothing there. Gets it to Castor at the top of the key. We've got 14 seconds here on the shot clock. Dayton's going to drive, and he does a nice job. He misses, and there's Max Arthur with the offensive rebound and put back. So we've got 46 seconds here left in the third quarter, 32 seconds on the shot clock, so the Wildcats will get it back, see if we can stop him here and get a defensive stop. That is Hafner with the shot, misses. Max Arthur with the rebound, gets it to Castor. Castor's got 30 seconds. Wildcats probably need to think about holding it for the last shot here. We'll see what they do. Max Arthur's got the ball, and they're saying pull it back out. We're down to 19, and he passes it to Castor. Castor wasn't ready for it. Luckily, Dayton's there. Dayton drives in, and Dayton Price, he's got 2 points. Dayton's doing a good job on defense, and now he gets a basket there, big basket. Ernst's going to do a three-pointer right at the buzzer, and it's no good. And so coming out here after halftime, the Wildcats have dipped into that lead, and it's going to be 38-45. So the Springville gets 11 points in that third quarter, and the Wildcats come out with 20 points. So we've got a 38-45 lead for the Springville. So Wildcats are right back in this. Down by 7 points. Give a shout out here really quick to Heartland Bank. Unleash the power of more with More For You checking from Heartland Bank. You'll get 24-hour roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, access to thousands of coupons, deals, and more for free. Go Wildcats. All right. Exciting third quarter there for the Wildcats. That's what we like to see. And we'll see here if they can keep chipping away at that lead. All right, so Wildcats have Jaden Hansen and Castor and Dayton Price, Nolan, and Aiden Klosterman out on the floor. And those are the starters, so they're the ones who started here the fourth quarter. And Springville has their starting lineup out there as well. And there's a backdoor cut to Hafner, and he misses the little floater. Rebound Hansen. Abernathy getting into the front court. He swings it over to Gates. Gates is going to drive, nothing there. Hits a cutting Aiden Klosterman who can't finish. And Aiden's going to spot up for a three-pointer. He misses it and tracked down by the Orioles. I thought it was going to go out of bounds, but they were able to keep it in bounds. So we're going to come back in here to the front court. Hoy's got the ball. Gets it over to Hafner, defended by Hansen. Hansen, dead ball right there. Rouse comes to the basket, and he's able to get a nice little shot down inside. They had him. Castor in the front court. Gets it to Price. Nolan has it, thinks about it. There's Dayton, gets it back to Nolan. Not really much movement here on the Wildcats. Everybody's just standing around on the edge of the three-point line. Aiden Klosterman has it. There's a cut by Hansen. Aiden drives to the elbow, passes it to Jaden. Jaden's going to drive, and there's probably a block by Dayton, no call. And it's going to be a missed shot there and a rebound by the Orioles. They bring it into the front court. They've got Rouse, and he passes it into Ernson and knocked out of bounds by Klosterman. It's going to be out of bounds. Stay with the Orioles. We've got Brady Weiss checking in and Max Arthur checking in. Castor and Nolan are going out. Ball's passed into Rouse. He gets it inside to Ernson. Ernson kicks it out to Williams. Williams puts it up for a three and knocks it down. Aiden Klosterman has the ball, brings it into the front court. We're at 38-50 now. Brady Weiss thinks about it. He drives, kicks it, brings it back out, gives it to Jaden Hansen. Jaden Hansen's going to drive and take it all the way in. He misses, gets his own rebound, And then it's going to be a jump ball between Jaden and Evan Hafner. And the ball will stay with the Wildcats there. So nice aggressive drive by Jaden. Braden Weiss is going to take the ball out of bounds. And he gets it into Jaden Hansen, and Jaden dribbles to the free throw line, hands off to Aiden. Aiden falls, and Jaden picks it up, kicks it out to Max. Max drives, and I think they're going to call foul on 22, and that's going to be Connor Williams. That's his fourth foul, so he's going to come out of the game. 38-50, we're at 5:35 to go. Springville's up. Wildcats were down 18-34 at halftime and made their way back to 38-45, and now in the fourth quarter it's 38-50. Wildcats haven't scored yet. They need to look to drive, maybe get to the free throw line. Hopefully they can knock down a few three-pointers. Max Arthur with the bad pass. Not sure what he was doing there. They passed it in, and he had probably a pretty good look. And then he tried to pass it out, and there's going to be a foul on Max. And that's going to put Springville, looks like that's going to be Conlon Rouse is going to go to the free throw line. And that's Max. That's at least his second foul. Looks like. And Rouse's free throw is good. And I think there's going to be a timeout. It looks like Castor's checking back in and Nolan's checking back in. I'll see what the lineup is when they come out after this timeout. Coach Turner called a timeout. So at Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. All right. So we are 38-51 is the score. There's a timeout, and I believe that, I can't remember if he made the basket or not. No, I don't think the kid made the basket. So Springville's going to be at the free throw line for two. Max Arthur fouled there. All right, there's the buzzer. So Conlon Rouse is going to go to the free throw line. And I believe he's going to be shooting two. And he shot an air ball. Oh. I don't know what's going on. All right, so he misses that, and it's an air ball, and so it's going to be Wildcats basketball. And they're going to be bringing it into the front court. We got Castor Abernathy out there. We got Aiden Klosterman. Nolan Gates is out there, and then Max Arthur's still in there. He swings it up to Castor, and Castor's going to drive in, and they're going to call foul. They're going to say Mason Hoy was set. I don't know if I agree, but that's going to be a foul on Castor. That's Castor's third foul. And they're going to get it into Hoy. The Wildcats are kind of going back to that press that they did at the beginning of the game here. And they get it out on the wing to Ernson, and he knocks down a three-pointer. And Castor's coming back into the front court, makes it 38-54. Jaden Hansen, he's going to drive, he takes it in, and they're going to... They're going to call that a charge as well. And I'm pretty sure that the Springville guys are not even trying for charges. They're just, these officials are awful. Anyway, that's a foul on Jaden. So that's his fourth foul. And again, the Wildcats are in that full court press. And Hoy, wow. Hoy comes down, and and they call foul on Max Arthur. That's his third foul. So that's right there. 4:40 to go here in the fourth quarter, and Wildcats already have 4 team fouls, and like 3 of them just happened within the last minute. That's going to put Hoy to the line. He misses his first shot. And he gets the second one. And Casters, and they just got a technical. I don't know, he's not happy about something. I didn't see what happened, what was going on. So he's not happy with something. These officials are not very good, and I'm not sure what's happening. So that is a foul on Coach Turner. I don't know what he's saying, but there's a free throw technical. And he misses both of those. And Springville will have the ball, I believe. And Springville's going to have it. It's 39-54. We're at 4:37 left. And Ernson with the shot. He misses it. Jaden Hansen brings down the. That's got to be a. Oh yeah, yeah. If they would have called a block on or a charge on that. I think I don't even know what would have happened. So there's going to be a foul against Springville. Jaden's basket is good, and he's going to go to the free throw line for one, and he misses his free throw. Springville with the rebound. (41-54) with 4 minutes to go. That's got to be a travel right there, but they don't call it. They miss. Wildcats have the ball. Max Arthur's bringing it up. He's going to drive. He spins. He shoots, and he knocks it down. Nice move by Max. Let's go, defense. 41-54. Wildcats, Jaden's got to be careful because I don't know that he knows that he's got 4 fouls. I mean, obviously he has to be out on the floor, but he needs to be smart. Ernson with the ball, gets it up to Hoy. Hoy's going to drive. There's got to be a moving pick on 20. Yeah, they called that a moving pick. So no basket. Ball's going to go back over to the Wildcats here. It's 43-54, 3:38 to go here. It's an 11-point game. Wildcats get it down, and then they kind of have some lapses, and Springville knocks down a couple shots, and now the Wildcats are back at it. Aiden Klosterman has it, swings it over to Nolan, gets it back to Aiden. Aiden thinks about it. He takes it to the free throw line, just short. Good hustle by Jaden, and it's going to be timeout Springville. Wildcats are trying to tie it up, but they couldn't get it tied up. So with 3:21 to go here, it's 43-54. Springville calls the timeout. They'll have the ball. And I'm going to give a shout out here to Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, we understand that life is full of changes. We're here to support you at every step of your life's journey with personal and business banking options that fit your lifestyle. Online at hbtbank.com. Go Central City Wildcats. All right. So we are at 3 minutes, I think it was 3:34 here to go in the fourth quarter. It's 42-55. Wildcats are down by 13 points. Wildcats have 5 team fouls. Springville has 3. So whenever the Wildcats foul, it's going to be a bonus for Springville. Right now, it should be Springville's ball. Wildcats going to pick them up full court. And there's almost a 5-second call, but the Orioles do get it in, and there's going to be a steal by Jaden Hansen, and he throws it off the hands of Nolan Gates, but the Wildcats retain possession, and there's going to be a travel by Castor. There's a lot of reaching and stuff, and Castor just lost his balance. Ball gets inbounded. Springville gets it into the front court. 3 minutes to go. They swing it over to Hoy. Hoy gets it to Ernson. Back to Hoy. Whoa. I'm not sure what Castor just did. He just pushed this kid. So that's the fourth foul. So they were going to get free throws anyway. But the bad thing about it is because he pushed him, they're going to get the ball back. I guess I'm not sure what he was thinking and why he did that. It was kind of not really very smart, but so Ernson's going to go to the free throw line, and he knocks down his free throw. And he makes the second one, and then Springville's going to get the ball back. So I don't really know what happened right there. So Jaden Hansen's got 4 fouls. Castor's got 4 fouls. There's 42-57 here. We're down by 15, 2:56 to go. Williams is going to pass the ball in. He gets it in to Hoy. Hoy brings it back out to the top of the key, being defended by Nolan Gates. They hand it off there. Williams is defended by Max Arthur. He's dead, and he's going to hit a Ernson. And they get it down inside to Rouse, who gets a layup, 57-42. Castor dribbles between the legs, and he probably could have got called for traveling again. Shoots it, misses it. Rouse with the ball, gets it to Hefner. He loses it. Picks up by bad pass by Castor. Trying to hit Max, going in for a layup, but leads him too much. Max, Jesus, I'm not sure what Castor's doing. I guess that time, yeah, he's done anyway, so that's his 5th foul. I don't know if they called that an intentional foul or not, but Dashney's going to check in. I don't know what, yeah, it's just a bonus, I think, here. Hoy's going to go to the free throw line. And he misses. He has one more free throw. And he went across the line. So all right, so we got 42-59, 2 minutes to go. Wildcats need to look at some 3-pointers, or need to get to the, and there's going to be Max. Nice job by Max Arthur. He drives to the lane and drives, stops, knocks it down, and he's going to get a free throw. Wildcats were 4 for 8 free throws in the first half, and they've yet to make a free throw here in the second half. They're 0 for 4, or 0 for 3. Let's see if Max can. Nope, now they're 0 for 4. So the Wildcats are 4 for 12 for the game. While Orioles get it into the front court. Hoy's dribbling the ball around. 1:45 to go, 44-59. Hoy's going to take it in, and Jaden Hansen with the rebound, and then they're going to call Hoy over the back, and that's the 5th foul on Springville. So Jaden's going to get to go to the free throw line. Jaden's he's 2 for 5 on the night from the free throw line, so we'll see if Jaden can get a couple free throws. There's going to be a 30-second timeout by Coach Turner. So Heartland Whether you're a student just starting your financial journey or need a mortgage to suit your growing family, you can count on Heartland Bank for local decisions and fast, efficient service. Go Wildcats. All right, 30-second timeout. Here we come. And Max Arthur just made a basket now, or no, he made a basket and had an opportunity for a three-point play. He missed his free throw. Jaden Hansen gets fouled on his rebound, and he's going to go to the free throw line for 2. And his first free throw is no good. So Wildcats aren't helping themselves from the free throw line. And the second free throw is good for Jaden. And the Wildcats are going to go into a little press. They get it into Hoy. Hoy's dribbling it. They gets it over to Ernson. Ernson gets it into the front court. And Jaden Hansen goes for the steal. And that's going to be his 5th foul. So Jaden's out. And Brady Weiss is going to check in. And Ernson's going to go to the free throw line. And 45, 59, 134 to go. And Jace Ernson is at the free throw line, and his first free throw is no good. And his second free throw is good. All right, so we've got a minute and a half to go, 60 to 45. Aiden Klosterman hands it off to Brady Weiss, hands it off to Aiden. Aiden's looking. They give it to Nolan. Somebody's got to either drive or we've got to look for three-pointers, but there's a turnover, so I'm sure Springville's going to, I don't know why we want to keep fouling, but there's a turnover. And Brady Weiss has it. He needs to stop. He's going to pop for a three-pointer. No good. And rebound Springville. They've got a minute to go here. And I don't know if the Wildcats are should play just tough defense instead of putting them at the free throw line. And that's, I think, what they're going to do. There's 22 seconds on the shot clock, and there's 50 seconds on the game clock. They're up by 15. They swing it over here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Williams has the ball, defended by Dashney. Swing it over to Hoy. Hoy's going to drive it in, and he's going to take it. Misses, and it's going to be rebounded by Max Arthur. Max is going to look in, passes it up to Nolan and out of bounds over his head. And 25 seconds to go. There's a turnover for the Wildcats. 45 to 60. And ball's passed in, and Springville brings it into the front court, and they're just going to dribble it out. The Wildcats are just going to let them do that, and our final score is going to be 45 to 60. So Wildcats can only muster 7 points in that second quarter, and Springville got 15. So the great third quarter there for the Wildcats. Got cut into the lead, but just wasn't able to get over the hump there. All right, just real quick here. I'll do a scoring recap. So hopefully this is right. It looks like Jaden Hansen ended up with the 11 points. He had 9 in the first quarter and 9 in the second half, 2 in the first. Aiden Klosterman had 5 in the second half, 1 3-pointer, ended up with 6 points. Castor Abernathy had 8, 3-pointer in the first half, 3-pointer in the second half. And Nolan Gates ended up with 7 points. Dayton Price ended up with 6. And then Max Arthur ended up with 7 points. He had 6 points in the second half and 1 point in the first half. So that's kind of the scoring recap. And again, that's not official. So unfortunately, Wildcats come up on the short end tonight. The girls were 31-67, and the boys go down 45-60. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me tonight on the Wildcat Sports Channel. Our next Wildcat Sports broadcast is going to be Thursday night, December 7th, when the Wildcats host the Midland Eagles. The varsity girls, there will be no JV. Varsity girls will start at 6, followed by the varsity boys. Thanks for listening, and go Cats.